everything's gonna suck. All right, guys, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to brand new 20th episode. Hey, 20. We're being filmed, guys. We're being watched. Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Yeah, I was gonna say
BioShock.
You don't have your hat on yet.
Yeah, Big Daddy is watching us. Big Brother. Whoa, I was trying to take all this credit as usual, right? We got these party hats that we're trying to fit over our big heads, and the headphones won't let it. Are we? Anybody coming out loud? I'm not blowing anybody's minds.
Nope.
Ears.
No,
or
I
anything.
kind of.
Jesus Christ.
Always blowing minds.
You're always blowing minds.
And people.
So we got the we're filming, and I got a second. Whoa. Say hello, Joe. Oh.
How you doing?
Matt.
Hello.
Kane. So we got a special guest, Kane, back in the studio, fresh off the what happened to the what happened?
Fresh.
What happened to the Gonkers? I myself enjoyed that season 1.
Thank you.
The beginning of the beginning of the last episode of season 1 threw me off. I had the volume. I had the volume on full blast.
It's dangerous. I had to warn people.
I had it on full blast, and all of a sudden, like, I'm like, oh my god, where's the volume? And it goes on for like a minute, straight, and it's like, oh my god, this puppet is getting action, and it's a commercial. What was the commercial? Do you remember?
It was for pleasure condoms. Get your puppet on. Actually, we had our camera guy Brees do the voiceover because he's French, so we're like,
really?
Ooh, he's got a smooth French accent. So pleasure condoms, get your puppet on.
So, have you been getting positive responses to it? Any negatives yet?
Yeah, we've no negatives really. We've had a lot of people really like the show, so we've got great response. People think it's funny, and
I loved it.
Yeah, awesome.
Joe, what did you love about it? I mean, be honest. We're putting you on the spot here.
I always like the first parts they do with the funny skits at the beginning, especially the beginning of episode 3. That was probably my favorite.
Oh, dang.
Is that the racial foods?
Everybody in Mexico eats tacos. Yep.
It was awesome, and like I said, we're hoping, I was hoping people that Kane would announce season 2 without the director without his knowledge. He's gonna go home like, hey, by the way, I just announced season 2, and there's a release date already that we have to meet. Have you guys? I mean, obviously that's in the future and all that, but are you guys gonna probably be doing the Kickstarter way? I'm gonna start that Kickfunder. Is that probably the same way you're gonna have to be going through again for if a season 2?
Yeah, I think so. Or maybe we'll try the Indiegogo route. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
I know. Is Indiegogo? You get the money no matter what.
You get the money no matter what. And,
all right.
But I don't know. A lot of people say Kickstarter is you have passion. You really want it. So I don't know.
That's true.
You're fighting to get it, or you get nothing at all.
That's
so
true. I know a couple people. Annabelle Martinez, a mutual friend of ours. She did the whole was it men versus cosplay? Have you heard that Kickstarter that's going on? It's like a calendar.
I haven't.
Yeah, it's like a 12-month calendar, obviously. And each month is gonna have like some sort of cosplayer, like the guys from Skyrim or like Fallout characters and stuff like that. And that got funded like almost right away. So it's pretty crazy.
Nice.
And so we should start a Kickfunder first, just for anything. Kickfunder. Why am I saying Kickfunder? Kickstarter. We should. What do you think, Matt? What should we start a Kickstarter for? What do we need here? Obviously, we're good on beer, right? We got Pabst. We got the top of the line.
Yay.
Thanks to Kane over here.
Do a Kickstarter for getting Joe a OkCupid account.
That's true. That's true. Joe is the I don't know what it is. It took me 3.5 minutes to create a Kickstarter, OkCupid account, and that's with me filling out my profile and this and this.
Took me about 3.5 months. I'm still working on it.
It took you 3.5 months to get
register.
a MySpace account.
I jumped right into Facebook. I missed the whole MySpace thing.
Kane, I know you're happily married now. But did you ever do any of that stuff before? Like, did you do the online stuff, or you just been married so long that you know?
did. I've been married so long. I just no. I never did any of the. Yeah.
You did it the normal way.
Yeah. Last time I was single,
she was
auditioning
really for a part.
Casting coach.
Casting coach. Oh man.
With
No.
all due respect.
Yeah. You know, it's I'm telling you, Joe. If our mutual friend Bucky could get 10 dates in one weekend,
whoa,
we should have him on the show too. You know, just talk about all that.
Did any of those, get him on base?
Joe did it? No, I don't know. We'll have. We should have him call in. I think we have that possibility.
We could do the Skype thing.
Oh shit. Do a Howard Stern thing going on.
All right, Bucky, I need you to take off your pants. It's getting weird, Howard. No, take off your pants.
Yeah, but we're on a phone call. Take off your pants. It just makes things better. Don't worry about it.
Lay it on your speaker.
Sit on your speaker, and I'm gonna go. Jesus Christ. That you went too far, Matt. You went too far on that one.
Typical.
No, guys. Episode 20. God, wow.
20 weeks.
20 weeks.
Put that in perspective.
We started. The show we started with is very different.
Yes.
Am I right, Joe?
Yes.
It's very different than what we have now. We started off like, I like movies. You like movies? Cool. Let's talk about movies some more. I like this person. I like this director. And that's pretty much what it was for the first 6 episodes, which is fun. That was cool. But it was pretty much a movie podcast is what it was, which is okay, cool. But then, I think Matt joined and he let's turn this shit around. And then that's what we have now. A mess of a show.
Oh, yeah. Hot mess of a show.
Hotmess.com. Is that taken? I'm going to buy that domain. .info.
Did you buy MMO Mormon?
No, MMO Mormon. What? How did that bring up? How did that come up? Was the last
talking about Star Wars and Josh?
Yes. Kane, you're not into MMOs, are you?
I played Warcraft way back when, and then I didn't realize that I did not cancel my account, so they charged me for like 5 months. And
what?
Yeah.
And
of course they don't give refunds, so they're like, oh, we don't want to give you, any money back from our giant mountain of cash.
Yeah.
I think someone just recently put up the entire net of how much you would have spent if started playing day one.
Yeah.
It's like $2,738 or something after all the taxes.
Jeez, shipping and handling.
Yeah.
What? Why? So, Kane, you're not a hardcore gamer, right? You're just kind of a casual. Is that what they would categorize you as?
Well, I would play a lot more if I could. So I think married life, I kind of have to hold back a little bit. But I'm like, I've been playing for a few hours.
Why don't you get your wife to play with you, like World of Warcraft or video games?
She likes the Connect stuff.
Second Life.
Second Life.
PlayStation Home. Get her in there, dude. Right?
Yeah.
Right, Joe? Right.
Yeah, exactly. Beta.
So I could only imagine that married life and stuff would limit you to playing video games or whatever. But Kane, since we have you here in the hot seat, are you going to be getting the PS4 or a Xbox 360?
Xbox One, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been calling that 8 years. Xbox One. My bad.
Probably a PS4.
All right.
Yeah. Because I have both. I have a 360 and a PS3. So. And I was like, if I had to start over again, I probably would have got a PS3 first.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you like about the 360? Because you have to pay to do stuff on it?
Yeah, that's part of it. And
I heard the online's better on the 360 because you have to pay.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more stable in my opinion.
Yeah.
Don't hate me.
But I do like the PS3's the Plus network, how you can get stuff for really cheap.
Yeah.
So I actually just did like a short 3-month thing so I could download Hitman. So Hitman for free. Yeah. It's up in the air right now because I am a Xbox fanboy, and since remember how strict the Xbox One was?
Yeah.
Now they're literally, you don't even every Xbox One is going to come with a Kinect. You don't even need to have that because originally you had to have a Kinect. No matter what, connect it to your system to even boot it up or some shit like that. So it's like, okay, now it's like, no worries. Just throw it away if you want to. You still have to buy it, and my hat's falling off my hat. Yeah.
But it was funny at that press conference for both of them. That first press conference, it was totally like PS4 Sony just obliterated them.
That
and they're
press
just like,
conference was
Microsoft.
amazing. Yeah.
Years 2.
I wanted people to riot, like
Yeah.
like a lynch mob and pitchforks and torches.
Yeah, no, seriously. Like, I get Xbox fanboys and Sony fanboys in the room. I would like to know what would happen first of all. And without being over. Because you're playing Call of Duty and you're like, oh, your mom's this and this, and I'm like, my mom is what? And I go, I cry and
Dorothy Mantooth is a saint.
I'll take her out to a nice fish dinner and never call her back. But no, I think I'm on the boat. I think, but obviously I'm not doing day one. I don't think it's smart. I don't think
I'm
it's
waiting at least a year.
I agree.
I don't think it's a smart move. Day one, and everything's going to be transferable, which I'm liking a lot. Let's say if you buy a season pass on the 360, it's going to carry over to the Xbox One and stuff like that. I'm not 100% sure if the PS4 is going to do that.
You saw they got rid of all the family packs?
Yeah, they did. They don't have family packs anymore. Let's say
fuck your family. Love Xbox.
let's say if you're in but they did add that if you're in a household, only one person is required to have Xbox Live, on the console. So let's say how they have silver. So if you have a silver account, you could actually get the gold benefits if one person on a console has at least the gold account.
That's a little better, I guess.
A little bit. He's still not satisfied. Not impressed.
Still not satisfied.
No matter what they do. So PS4, go around the table. PS4.
I think. Let me clarify. I'll get a PS4 first, but I'll end up with both of them. I'll get another Xbox eventually because it's just how I am. I don't like missing out. Unless it's Nintendo, then I don't really care. But
I'm sorry, but like Nintendo, they dropped the ball big time. Look, they did a good job on the Wii when it first came out. Then they kind of just didn't do much with it. They could just release the Mario here or there every 4 years or whatever.
Yeah. But
then the Wii the Wii U came out, and they just, I don't know what happened. They released it, and they're like, yeah, whatever, okay. Let's just move on.
Yeah,
they're
not
move
really
on to the next system.
Very few games.
Yeah. Like I mentioned the last episode that it sold like 200 something, 200K or whatever, and that's very little for a system. You want to hit at least over the million mark or anything to like see a profit.
Yeah.
Because I know when you launch a system, especially they don't make profit off the system. I don't think it takes how long to make a profit, Matt? For systems, I know they don't make it right away. I think the games is what they make it off
they
of.
make it off the games and accessories.
Yeah, so it's
usually it doesn't even take. They don't even start making profit until the end of this.
The cycle.
The cycle.
We got our paycheck.
The lifespan of the system, like PS2s, they didn't start making money on them until like 5 years afterwards.
Damn.
Wow.
But that system was out for like 10 years, right?
Yeah, the PS2 kind of. And it's still going. I mean, they discontinued like selling it at like some of the retailers, but there's people still making. Some companies are still making PS2 games. For some of the the family members and stuff like that. So it's crazy. So let's go around the table. We got Kane's a PS4 at first, but 360 later because he's a pushover.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Matt, what
true.
PS4?
PS4.
PS4. Will you eventually get a one?
As long as all the Microsoft exclusives come out on Steam, I can do without a. Xbox One.
Okay, Joe.
I'm diehard Sony anyway, so I'm
no
PS4.
No 360 at all. Even not 360.
No,
get a 360 anyways. It'll be cheap.
I had an original Xbox for about 6 months. So my TV's PS.
For 6 months. What happened to it after 6 months?
I just got tired of it.
Took it out to the middle of the field.
But I mean, like I said, I'm totally Sony. It's
good to be a gangster kind of thing. That's crazy, man. Why don't they just bring back the Dreamcast? Just make it the Dreamcast 2.0 or Dreamcast again or
I'm waiting for
the
Wii Cube 64.
Oh, that would be badass.
I'm waiting for the Philips CDI.
Whoa!
Or the Jaguar.
Oh, yeah.
Bring that shit back.
TurboGrafx
3DO?
16.
Yep, TurboGrafx 16. Now, what was everyone's like? Name off your list of systems that you got from the old days.
Oh my God, the Atari. What's the one in the 80s?
Well, I mean Nintendo.
The
but
2600 came out.
Yeah,
or
the Atari
2600.
2600
was
is the one I got.
83 or
Yeah.
81.
The one I got to play ET. I do remember I had ET.
Oh, I loved ET.
And then I think we burnt it or something afterwards because it came with in the instruction booklet. Play it for a few minutes and then proceed to take it out back and set it on fire.
Did you watch
because
Conan playing it?
Yeah, I did. I saw that one. Because is it true? Am I hearing this wrong? Isn't there like a landfill somewhere that has all the ET cartridges? There's a rumor.
Yeah, that's a rumor.
There's a rumor out there that there's like Spielberg personally went out with a bulldozer or whatever and just burnt them or crushed them or whatever.
Awesome.
And because of it was this one of the best movies of that year, and then releasing a game that was it like a dot on the screen or something, pretty much.
He was just like a little squiggly little green line, and you go into holes to get find pieces of your phone.
Yeah.
And then to get out, you had to extend your neck and like float up.
Yeah.
What?
You don't
No.
Extended universe. This is what he could do, like that they didn't
He's
show
like,
in the movie.
That's actually the sound he made too.
First system you guys own, Nintendo. Let's go that route. Kane?
Yeah.
What-
Well, I mean, we did have an Atari, but
Okay, yeah.
first that was mine was original Nintendo. So yeah.
Hell yeah. They all came packaged with Mario Brothers, right?
Yes.
Or
Mario
did you have to
Brother
buy
Duck
it?
Hunt.
Yeah, yeah. Oh God.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And then of course, you learned the trick, right? It's like what do you have to take apart to shoot the whole screen? There's a trick, I know that.
You take
never
that
learned this
little
trick.
glass.
Yeah, you kind of like, and it shoots like the whole screen and that fucking dog, and you're like, I hate you, dog, because he's like,
Everyone always tried to shoot the dog. It was.
did anybody play that second shooting game that it came with? What was that?
Wasn't the clay pigeon one?
Was that
Yeah,
the one?
yeah.
I didn't even know about
I didn't
it.
know. Yeah, I didn't know this either.
Yeah.
shoots the
It
play
was.
disc,
It
yeah.
was just. Obviously, Duck Hunt was the the place to
It,
be, right?
it was a skill game. You had to further you let that disc get up to those mountains in the background, the more points you
Yeah.
get.
Well, I mean, it didn't get to the point where I think I memorized the spots where the ducks came out of, and I'm like, take that, dog, you son of a bitch. So regular Nintendo.
Yeah, I had a regular Nintendo.
Okay.
Before that, we mostly played on
Pong.
Intellivision.
I come from a different country. I don't know what that is.
Intellivision was before Atari. It was actually, I think, better.
So did you own it?
I had an Intellivision.
Oh my
first,
God.
First system I ever played was Pong.
It basically
When it
had
first
TV
came
remotes on a curly phone cable.
Yeah.
And you
awesome.
the games came with a card set that you'd slide through the top of it and became your interface
Yeah.
to hit the buttons.
Kate,
and
did you own something like this? Did you hear anything? Have you heard about this?
No, the earliest thing I can remember, like my brother playing, is besides the floppy disk thing, is whatever you had to insert it, like it looked like a cassette tape.
Yeah.
And it was hooked up to your computer, and then you had to press play while you.
Oh my God.
I don't
Yes.
even know how that worked, but
Yeah, it
was like the
I
text
had one of them.
adventure games.
I had one of them.
Yeah,
Space Quest.
Was it
Run
Zork?
left.
Was it Zork that one of the first text based?
I think
Zork,
so.
Right?
Zork was text.
Okay, I think
I had
that's one of
another
the first
text
ones.
base.
Yeah.
I forget what my text base was. I just know you couldn't pet the dog. There was a dog. If you'd say pet dog, he'd bite you in the crotch.
Joe, what'd you got? Original?
I went from Pong
Uh-huh.
to Intellivision to the 2600 to the 7800.
Holy
And then I took a break. I got a Game Boy,
took a vacation.
the first Game Boy, the brick,
Yeah.
and then I got a Sega Genesis.
So you skipped
Yeah,
a
I
while.
skipped a
Okay,
while.
you skipped Whoa.
Oh,
skipped.
jeez.
It turned racist. You skipped a couple of generations. Okay. All right. So
I think
that
I'll-
brick, man, I remember I dropped that thing so many times, and it wouldn't die. I swear, you could murder somebody with that, and it would still survive.
I dropped mine in the toilet and it still worked.
Oh, God.
I bounced it off the bathroom cabinet into the toilet, went to school, left it sit out, went to school, came back, and it worked fine. To this day, I think it still works.
Obviously Tetris. Am I right, guys?
That was what it came with.
Which one was your favorite song? We got that song right. But I like the other one. I like that one. That was my personal favorite.
I always do the original song though.
You son of a bitch.
Well,
yeah, and that was the first one that that was obviously I'm assuming it came packaged. I forget all these things, So
back when
Kane, did you have a brick? Did you have a brick? Just a normal brick.
Game Boy was something I did not have actually. Yeah, I know. It was actually, it's funny now that I think about this. The PSP was the first handheld system I've had.
Not bad. Not bad.
I think I stole my buddy's Game Boy.
What the? You son of a! Good thing I'm going to show this to him. I don't know who he is, but I'm showing this.
I don't remember exactly which friend it was when I was growing up. I did have a Game Gear, and I think I briefly owned a Nomad.
Which one's that one?
That was a portable Genesis, wasn't
That was
it?
a portable Genesis.
Yes.
How was the battery life on something like that? Was it like 10 batteries?
5 minminutes.
Just like the remember the Game Gear? Remember how shitty the battery life was on that?
You know those big 12-volt batteries? They're literally like the size of this box of beer.
Holy shit, dude! It's like a car battery. Yeah, almost.
Cut it in half. And you put them in the big, huge spotlight flashlights. Basically, just wear it on your belt with 2 cables running.
Oh my god!
Otherwise, you had no life on that thing.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Like I said, the Game Gear was the one I spent a lot of time with. I bought like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Lion King. I think I had at one point, Aladdin. Yeah. It was the shit, man.
Those Disney games were badass. I remember.
I loved Aladdin
back in the day. Yeah, they were pretty good.
Pac-Man Adventure was probably my favorite.
That was pretty good too. But the battery, I think we went poor. If I had to file bankruptcy because I was just, my battery addiction. Oh, mijito, no, too much batteries.
I think those Game Gears are what contributed to the lead shortage.
The Earth has lead shortage.
They did.
That's
why car batteries are over $100 now. They used to be like 50 to 80.
Yeah.
Dude, whatever happened? I don't remember in the 90s. You would see remote control cars everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I owned a few. I owned a Lost World Jurassic Park. It had what's that?
The Dilophosaurus.
It had the one you would fill it with water and you would drive it around and it would come. It will pop up and it will shoot water.
I had one. Had a cobra that jumped out. Like the truck.
What?
Had a cobra that was hidden on top of it. You hit the shoot button and it popped up, and the force of it popping up would usually make it wheelie. And I would just chase my sister down the street. She'd be riding her bike with it, just spraying her. Just hear.
Kane, did you own a car remote or whatever? A car remote. Do you have a car remote on you?
Yep. Right now I do. I have an app for it too.
Remote start.
Yeah. One of those. Did you own one of those?
I remember owning like a big wheel truck kind of thing that. And even when I was really little, I had one of the. I don't know if it was Power Wheels, but it was something I'd drive around.
I've had Power Wheels.
Yeah.
Kawasaki Ninja. Oh yeah. You know what? I never had that. We were poor bastards, so I never had any of that. Now that I could probably go buy one. I can't fucking fit in one.
Go get those. Just get those Escalade ones.
Yeah, there you go. Get a golf cart or whatever. But you know what I miss the most is the commercials from the late '80s and early '90s.
Yes.
How shitty and awesome they were. Like, like they make it all like this over exaggerate everything. Like with this and,
my favorite was the Alien one.
Which one was that?
Which one?
From the original Alien, 1979.
I haven't seen that. No, I haven't seen that.
It's like the kids all playing in a room. It's like, oh no, and like light shining through their blind. It's an alien. It's like. just you see the kid's hand holding the alien in his face. Ron Ripley and just like shows like the camera from behind her head, like running through the house.
Oh my god!
Seriously though, like this has happened to me on more than one occasion. My wife and I were in the living room watching TV or whatever, or we're on Hulu or something, and then I'll go on YouTube and we'll be like, let's look up some old commercials.
Yeah.
And then I look up old 80s or 90s commercials, and we'll sit there for literally 2 hours just like, I remember this one, like Pocket Rockers or like Down on the Corner.
Yeah.
Down the street, and it's like that little disc that just plays like one song. Or like, what was the other one?
Who was the guy who
Hawaiian
talked?
Punch?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Hawaiian Punch.
Who was the guy? Remember the micro machine?
John Muschietti.
What was his name?
I think it was like John Muschietti.
Oh my god! Wasn't he in the rest of? Was
he was the Blur from Transformers.
Okay, yeah. I'm like, oh my god, that's amazing.
Did you guys, speaking of like old systems, did you guys see the old Super NES commercial with Paul Rudd?
Oh no! What?
Yeah.
Oh my god! I gotta go find this now.
What's funny is that when you watch the commercial, you'll be like, I totally saw this, but he's in the middle of like a it's like a drive-in, like an empty drive-in theater.
Yeah.
And it's like he's playing F-Zero on the screen.
Oh my god!
And the wind's like blowing on him.
I think I remember that one.
And then all these people come up behind him and they're looking at how awesome F-Zero is, and it's
That
just
made
like,
me want to get F-Zero.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And Paul Rudd is just like, yeah, you know. And
I'm Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd.
Man. I can't believe Paul Rudd was. Wow. Okay,
Yeah,
I gotta go
it's
back.
crazy.
A lot of times I watch, because I got the G.I. Joe on DVD, and they have vintage commercials from both the 60s and the 80s on that, and they're cool to watch. Just sit there and just say play all.
I remember I had a toy that came with a VHS. And it like, I don't know, like you follow it along or something, and like it I don't know, I forgot the name.
Was
of
it Captain Power?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Captain
I fucking
Power.
had that. I had the plane, and then for whatever
Oh,
reason,
yeah.
like it would just randomly like launch your guy
Yeah,
out.
it
Like,
would.
I got hit. Like,
Yeah, and it would it would make you think it had something to do with the VHS,
Yeah.
but it wasn't physically possible
Yeah.
for that to happen at that time.
and it was like, you know, I only had one VHS, so I memorized every single time a plane would come out. Like I'd be like, oh, I know, I'm bored with this now. Like it would just be like a orange thing. It was like, hit the orange square.
Do it.
Yeah, but Captain Power was the shit. Like
Oh,
they need to bring
yeah.
that back.
They do.
Yeah, now you make me remember back when I was a kid sitting in the TV. I was like, oh, I want that. You
Yeah.
know? All the stuff you want as a kid. Now you're old enough to afford it, and they don't make it anymore.
Yeah.
you know?
Because I remember when I was a kid, for some reason, like I was obsessed with like half like cyborg dudes who had like a robotic eye, and like and I remember Captain Power, the bad guy, had like a robotic eye, and he had that like pterodactyl robot, and I remember when he would like kill someone, quote unquote, he would say, digitize him. and then they would turn into a bunch of pixels and disappear. And I'm like, I don't even know what that means, but it looks horrible.
Yeah, definitely. You know, let's just travel back in time, guys.
Yeah.
Let's just go.
The 90s were the better age.
No,
They
seriously.
were.
you know,
Actually, the 80s were.
there wasn't
Oh.
any Twitter. Oh yeah, for this guy it was the late 70s, early 80s.
I don't want to miss the 80s.
If it were up to me, it'd be 1983 forever.
There's a flock of seagulls and a gas shortage. You don't miss much. That's about it.
I could totally see Joe with that dude, the flock of seagull dude,
Yeah.
you know, going on with his hair. You know, ladies, he didn't always have that ponytail.
Or the beard.
What? I cannot imagine you with that beard. I don't think I've ever seen you without that
I don't
beard.
think you have either.
Oh, make sure you move your mouth a lot.
Yeah.
Because apparently people can't tell if you're talking or not with that giant manly beard.
Got to over exaggerate, right?
Or we could make it like a duckbill for you or something.
No, seriously, do it, man.
Do it.
Yeah, no. So for the look, 90s were good times, man. They were
awesome.
There was some awesome rap albums that
Yeah.
came out in the 90s. You know, Warren G, I think. This Is How We Do It. Who
Big
was that?
Willies.
Montel Jordan. Which
Yeah,
one was it?
yeah,
Montel Williams. Montel Williams came out with a album.
Big Willie style.
No, seriously, the 2000s were okay. You know,
Yeah, once you got past Y2J or Y2K.
Y2J. When the fuck's that happening? Do I gotta change the
Y2K.
clock on my computer for that one? Did you guys get paranoid for Y2K by any chance?
Not really.
No.
Yeah.
I remember trying to go get gas the night
Oh my
before,
God.
and it was like a 45-minute wait to get gas, and they would run out, because people were just stocking up because they literally thought like things were gonna fall out of the sky and people were, you know, the world was gonna blow up.
Do you
and
think people are
John Cusack was gonna try to, you know, show up and try to save them or something like that?
Do you think people ever evolved to the past not to buy into that hype?
I don't know, man. Remember what was that one recently?
2012?
Yeah, 2012, and then there was that one preacher guy that
The
kind of came
Rapture?
out.
Harold
he was like,
Camping.
Remember was that his? Remember
Yeah.
the billboards?
Yeah.
They had billboards even in
They were
Phoenix.
all over downtown,
They were.
yeah.
They're like, get ready, May 21st, the midnight showing of the end of the world. I have no idea. I know they gave they gave a date or whatever, and people people sold their possessions and everything. They literally gave everything away, and everybody came out of the woodwork and tried to profit off that. Hey, end of the world, where are you going to leave your pets? For a small amount, pay us, and we'll take care of your pets after the end of the world or something. So everybody came out of the woodwork.
I remember.
Are your pets saved?
Yes, exactly.
I was working near downtown when that was happening, and I remember there were a bunch of like his supporters there,
Yeah.
and they were handing out flyers and everything. And I remember a coworker of mine, one of them went up to him and they're like, you know, you need to save your soul. The world's gonna end, and this and that. And my coworker's like, all right, the world's gonna end. Can you give me all your money? And the guy was like, no. And he's like, well, if you really believe the world's going to end, why don't you just give me your money? He's like, I'm not going to do that. So, yeah.
No, I mean, it sucks, man. You know, I know a lot of people are like homeless now because like, we don't need this in the afterlife, whatever. And it's like, shit, now we got to live in our cars and that's going to suck. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I know. We talked about this a few episodes, I don't know, a long time ago. Is that the Heaven's Gate website? Remember the Heaven's Gate? The website is still up. Like it's still up in its 19.
Like,
the actual website.
Kind of like the Space Jam website.
Yeah. Somebody had bought the domain for like 20 years or something like that, and it's coming up. It's probably gonna expire soon.
Yeah.
But that the original 19. Remember how the early 90s website looked all shitty and stuff. It's still there in its original form.
Wow.
You know, and
we need to hop on that as soon as that expires.
We need to get on that, man, and check it out.
Talking about Hail Bop.
Hail Bop, yeah. There was a spaceship behind the comet coming to get them. So
was gonna pick them up.
But in order to get to the spaceship, they had to drink the Kool-Aid, pretty much, and they had to buy new Nike shoes. I don't know why. they found them with all dead bodies were Nike, brand new Nike shoes. and the night before they went to see a movie, I forgot what movie they saw, and I hope it was a damn
Space
good
Jam.
one. It was Space Jam. Space Jam.
That's why the website for Space Jam's still up. It was a whole like.
It was Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. Yes. No, it was Anaconda. It was Jennifer Lopez.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Space Jam. You know, I believe I could fly.
R. Kelly, the peace song or whatever.
Yeah.
No. Hey, Space Jam. The peace. Look, the Space Jam was the shit, man. It was. I had a good time. Michael Jordan could sort of not act. And, I think the cartoon, the anime, Bugs Bunny and all them, I think did a better job in acting.
Yeah.
But I think Michael Jordan should come back. What is he doing now? He should be an actor. Look, Shaquille O'Neal tried to come back. Shaq Fu, the video game. That was another video game that came out. And
Shaq's doing Adam Sandler movies now.
Oh, he was in Grown Ups too, right?
Yeah.
He had an afro.
No, he had a bald. He had an afro, but it was an orbital around.
Whoa, Joe, you need to get one of those.
Yeah,
get an orbital, one of those.
Cut your hair like the dudes from Last Starfighter.
Do it!
Oh yeah,
come on!
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Does anybody remember Shaq's rapping career? His music?
Someone gave me his album for Christmas when that came out.
Was it opened already?
Yeah,
they didn't like it.
It was perfectly sealed. And it was. And I remember him saying, "You can't fake the funk on a nasty dunk." And of course they threw in another rap. What were they called? Fushnikins. And because they didn't want to rely on him rapping, so they're like, we gotta throw in someone who can actually rap. Out of curiosity, I looked on Spotify. All of his albums are on Spotify.
Oh, so, dude, we gotta get up on that.
His hits.
I love how he has his greatest hits.
I think he had like 2 albums. So.
Look, I get that. Like Tupac Shakur has the greatest hits album because he did some damn fine music, but I people like Shaq Fu or whatever, Shaquille O'Neal or whatever his name was, he has the greatest hits that just boggles my mind. What was great about his short-lived career that he had? Obviously Shazam, one of the best movies
of our time.
Of our generation. When we look back in our deathbeds, I wish there was a Shazam 2. I need closure. What happened to them afterward? I don't even remember the movie, but you know that if they made a Shazam 2 for some crazy reason, it would come out of your like an iPod or something.
Yeah.
Pretty much. There'll be a genie trapped in your iPod that's for millions of years or whatever.
Let's Kickstarter that. Gawker season 2, Kazam 2.
Kazam.
I don't know.
We're gonna make that happen, dude.
Yeah,
and
we
then
will.
what are the giveaways gonna happen, or what are the bonuses, or what do you call that?
Incentives. Shaq Fu cartridges, Shaquille O'Neal albums. I'm sure there's plenty still lying around.
Oh, dude, yeah. There's a right next to the
E.T.
landfill. Right next to the ET landfill, it's the Shaq Fu album, all the CDs and tapes and
Blue Chips DVDs.
The Blue Chips.
We should have tried to. We should have tried to track down Shaq while he was still playing for Phoenix.
Oh yeah, he was here.
And get him to sign copies of Shaq.
Oh, you know he would. And Steel, right? Wasn't he in Steel?
Yeah.
Steel. Yeah.
And there was a person with like a machine gun wheelchair, wasn't there?
What,
Like
in Steel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had like rockets or something.
Oh my God, I need to go back and.
I never actually saw it, but that was the reason I wanted to see it. Was just to see someone with a machine gun wheelchair.
Wasn't that the guy from the Jeffersons?
Which one? The dad?
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
He was like the crippled junkyard owner or something.
Yeah, man. What's up, man? Yeah, man. Listen. Like, who else? Like, there was a lot of people who tried to like do some rap careers going in there, and obviously they had a professional career, like whether it be basketball or something like that. I mean, it happened, man. Look, like Steven Seagal, we talked about this a few episodes back. He released
rap career?
Not a rap.
Oh,
he
damn
released
it.
like a songs from the Crystal Cave or something.
Oh,
like that.
yeah,
It was
that's
like a
right.
new way. Like Conan, Conan did so much as a joke. He was like backing that album for 3 weeks straight. He would like play. He would bring that up as a segment. And it like reinvented. They had to like re-release it because they ran out of people ran out and bought it, and they're like, holy shit, Conan and Brian helped our career kind of thing. So Steven Seagal's lagging career. I mean, what is he doing now? Anyways, last time I heard he was a sheriff of Pio or something like that, hunting down brown people like me or something.
Wasn't that like one of the southern states, like Louisiana or something?
He had a show down there, I know, for a while, because it was funny because it was mostly, not to be racist, but this is literally every episode all they did was pull over black people. Mm-hmm. and it was funny because the reactions like, holy shit, you're Steven Seagal. I'm being arrested by Steven Seagal. Because it's like, imagine getting tackled. You look back and it's fucking Steven Seagal or whatever.
Break my neck. Break it on
oh
TV.
shit! Under siege, shit, motherfucker! Oh my God! That's what I understand, And
Fire down below.
Fire down below.
Oh, God!
Shit,
Catch
man.
the rattlesnakes out of your room.
Oh, fire
On
down.
deadly ground.
On deadly ground.
I saw that in the theater.
I saw it at the dollar. I saw it at the cheap theater on deadly ground. Was that the environmental one?
No, that was Fire Down
yeah.
Below.
Michael Caine. Michael Caine was the bad guy in one of them.
And he had jet black hair. I remember Michael Caine had jet black hair. And
He doesn't have jet black hair anymore.
No. And Steven Seagal had like a 10-minute long speech at the end
did.
that I think he wrote. So
Yeah. I think that was like
He
his first.
ad-libbed it.
He directed. That was like his first movie he directed or something. Was that one? And it was bad.
There's a story I heard about Steven Seagal, and I don't know if it's true. I hope to God it's true, but
I hope it is.
I heard someone like walking to get him in his trailer, and he was reading a script, and he was crying, and they're like, "What's wrong?" And he's like, "I just read the greatest script I've ever read," and they're like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah, I wrote it."
That sounds. Oh, that's Steven Seagal. I randomly late night, like 10 years ago, I was watching something on E, and it was an entire documentary focused on his running, because he ran like a girl, and it was a half an hour thing on him running.
That's awesome.
And if you go to YouTube, there's somebody put it together a montage of all his movies of him just running, and it's literally, he looks like a girl. He's like. He's running around, and it's like, you know what? I never noticed that, because I'm always used to seeing him like all fast and breaking people's necks and arms and stuff like that. And but since we're speaking of Steven Seagal, we're gonna go down the line here. Favorite Steven Seagal movie? Kane, go.
March for Death.
Which one's that one?
That was the one where he was fighting the Jamaicans.
Oh, yeah,
and, like,
okay. All right.
He would always have 5 of them attacking him at once, and they'd be like, "Bumba clot!" And then he would just like break their arms the other way. And then there was a spoiler alert. There were twins at the end. He killed one, and then it turned out the guy had a twin brother.
Oh,
and then he threw him down an elevator shaft. And he's like, "I hope they weren't triplets." Like that's the best ever.
Matt.
I'm actually gonna have to say Fire Down the Below.
Okay. All right.
It's so random.
so crazy. Joe.
I've never seen a Seagal movie.
What?
Now Machete.
That's true. He was a Machete. He was the bad guy, right? I think. And Oh man, Steven Seagal, one of our generation's top actors and action stars, and right next to that, the grandpa from Three Ninjas. Whoa, Joe! Heimlich, give him a. Joe's gonna die. Joe's dead.
All right, I'm all cleaned out now.
But he was also in Big Trouble in Little China, right? The
grandpa.
Is that the same guy? Yeah.
I don't remember.
He was in like everything, and he was
for a while for a few, that gap in the 80s
he was
and 90s.
in Tremors.
Yeah,
he was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, like
Graboids.
yeah.
Tremors. Was that filmed here? No. Was that Mexico?
Nevada.
New Mexico?
Maybe.
Man.
Nevada.
I
Yeah.
wonder. Why don't we have any kind of do we have any tax breaks in Phoenix? For
No.
They
movies?
filmed
No.
was it Evolution
Oh, they did Evolution and where?
at Lake Powell. Same
Yeah.
with Piranha and
Yeah.
Piranha Double Triple X or whatever.
Bill and Ted and
Fiesta Mall, right? Or somewhere?
yeah, Fist
Amadeus,
Mall and
whoever got
Tempe.
lost. Yeah.
There's a couple more. Biodome
Biodome.
Yeah.
and there's one more I'm forgetting.
Starship Troopers, right?
No, that was where was that filmed?
Most
Let's call Paul Verhoeven on the phone. And
Casper Van Diem.
Casper Van Diem. We could probably get him on the show pretty easily. No offense.
Mac and Me was filmed here.
Mac and Me. One of the best movies ever made, man.
With the best endings ever,
Yep.
with the bubblegum bubble saying,
Yep.
"We'll be back," and then they never came back.
Going back to Paul Rudd, every time he would go on Conan
Oh,
for
yeah.
like the 10 years he would go on, it would be like one of his latest movies. And he like, cut, all right, we have a clip here. It'd be Mac and Me. It literally like a random clip from Mac and Me.
It's the kid going down the hill in
It
a
would
wheelchair.
be
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
clip. The same fucking clip.
That's the last time he was on there. Conan's like, "This isn't the goddamn clip of Mac and Me again." He's like, "No,
And
I know.
and it would be.
Promise me,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Mac and Me." He's like,
You told me.
he's like, "I hate you. How long have you been coming on this show?" Well, recently, did you see the one with Harrison Ford?
No, I need to see the clip. Yeah, somebody
You're-
posted everywhere. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's have you heard about it, Kane?
I think so. Yeah.
That's how they do a montage of Harrison Ford's greatest acting technique is pointing.
What? Oh my God.
He's like, they show every clip of him pointed. It's like, "Listen to me, give me back my family," or "This is K-19," or "Wait, Marion, you're his mother and he's my son," and pointing to everyone.
Actually, a pretty good Harrison Ford impression.
That is, man. That is
I never
good.
do. It's my first time wearing it.
That's it. We're gonna next episode we're gonna have Harrison Ford on the stage, or we could find a Harrison Ford mask really easily, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Party City, right?
I'll
Right,
just-
Joe?
Party City, yeah.
I'll just
Harrison
wear
Ford
like a Han Solo uniform.
Do it. So apparently, Party City was that not the place to party, Joe?
I guess so, because they were sold out of most of the hats.
God, are other people having 20th episode anniversaries or something going on?
I
up
don't
there?
know. I was hoping we could all be the Avengers. I thought that'd be cool.
Well, Frank's already like the Hulk right now.
I'm the
so-
Hulk. Dude. I'm green.
I was
I'm
gonna-
green and
I was
everything.
gonna make him Captain America.
Whoa.
Are you going to be
I'm
Black
Thor.
Widow?
No, I'm Thor.
Somebody needs to be the bitch, dude, or Black Widow, or whatever.
I'm Thor. That's
Okay.
set.
What would Kane be?
He could be
Hawkeye, Legolas.
Black guy?
Legolas.
Yeah.
'cause I actually pictured Kane as the Hulk. I was like,
What?
because you're our leader, so you would be
Aw.
Captain America.
Oh, there you
Matt's
go.
like the number 2 guy, so that would be Iron Man.
I'll be that old
I do have to
security
go
guy. I'll be that old security guy that that finds the Hulk crashed. I'll be that guy. In the
That was Harry Dean Stanton, wasn't it?
he's still
Oh.
alive.
Yeah, I know.
Motherfucker's still alive.
I think that's what
man.
everyone said when he came up in the movie. He's still alive.
Yeah, he's
I
like
think
that-
I heard someone in the background say that.
Going back to Conan, Abe Pagoda. Remember Abe Pagoda? They would have him on the show all the time, and like he's like 90 something, and
Yeah.
he's still going. I mean, what's the Joe? What's the secret of staying staying alive until you're 90 something? Is it beer every night?
No, they say don't drink beer.
Shit.
Don't give up. It's like don't give up beer, give up sex, and only eat salads. You won't live to be 90, but it'll feel like it.
But I thought sex was healthy. God damn it.
Well, who was it? What's his name? He was in Basketball. And he
Matt
was,
Stone.
no,
Trey
the
Parker.
older guy. And he was on that morning show, and he was like, "I masturbate a lot." That's oh
my God.
They're like, how do you stay? I forgot. It was like Good Morning America.
Oh my
And
God.
they're like, how do you stay so youthful? And he leans in, and like, I guess he didn't realize the mic could hear
on.
everything.
Yeah.
And he was just like, "I masturbate a lot."
Was it the guy who owned the team? Died on the choke. Oh,
that choke on the hot dog, right?
Yeah.
Or Ernest.
Ernest
Borgnine or whatever.
Yeah.
There you go.
He
Jenny
masked-
McCartney. Back when she was semi-hot.
You see her new blue cigarette commercial?
Oh, is she on
Really?
it now?
Yeah.
First it was Steven Dorff. Hi, I'm Steven Dorff. Take your life back now.
We're old 90s B-list actors.
Hey, man, he was in a Uwe Boll movie, I think, or something. It might have been.
yeah.
Which one was it?
Was it
one of his shitty
The
ones?
second Blood Rain?
Yeah.
No. Alone in the Dark. He was like he was in there somewhere.
Uwe Boll directed?
Was he Carnby?
Uwe Boll. Yeah.
I
Uwe
remember-
Boll directed Alone in the Dark. Yes, he
Yeah.
did. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Christian Slater was the star.
Oh, that's right,
And Tara Reid was
a rocket scientist.
Was the
wasn't
rocket
she? Or
scientist.
She was some kind of scientist.
I remember I worked at a theater then.
She was a
and-
paleontologist, I thought. Wasn't
What
she?
the fuck? Well, she was Laura Dern, that one girl. No, I remember doing theater checks when I worked at the theater, and that came out, and just
It was so confusing.
hearing her talk scientific, I was like. Why, and for some reason there was people in there watching it, and I was like, whatever, man, you know what she's saying. Look,
I tricked Chapman to see in the movie.
it was amazing, right?
I told him it was like the greatest movie ever, and he's like, "Really?" It's like, "Yeah, it's based on a video game, but it's really good." He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh." It's like, "All right, me and Shannon will go see it," and they went and saw it. They came out. It's like, "You bastard,
You son of a bitch." No, I don't know. Like I said, people. It's weird how people are allowed to make movies like that, and it saddens me. Came back. You should make a movie. What do you think?
Yeah, I will.
Okay,
I'm gonna make a Katamari movie.
I would see that."
Hells yeah!
Shut up
man.
and take my money.
Do
I wanna
it.
see
We'll fund that. Have Weta workshop or whatever. Do
Yeah.
your special effects.
Yep.
I mean, I think pretty much. I think they mastered the comics to screen sort of with Batman. I guess Superman, the latest one. I still yet to see Lone Ranger, but it's very discouraging to see it because everybody shits on Lone Ranger. I know you kind of have some of a positive view on it. You saw it, right?
Yeah, I saw it. You know what? It's like kind of like how I said before. It's too long and it's kind of bloated and like.
We're talking about the movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's too long. It's bloated.
Johnny Depp's on it, but no, it's I don't think it deserved the ripping the. I don't think it deserved to get torn apart like it did. Mm-hmm. It's not a great movie, but it's entertaining and it's kind of like I don't know. It's kind of a big mess, but it's better. I enjoyed it more than Man of Steel, so
I've seen Man of Steel one time, and that's pretty much all I really needed to do.
Were you sick of seeing Pa Kent telling him how special he was?
Pretty much.
and then,
all right.
and then hearing Zod tell him how he was the last of his kind, and
I'm like, go die in a twister, and then he dies in a twister. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Holy shit, I predicted.
Great, thanks, Frank.
I ruined it. Spoiler alert. No, I still need to see Elysium, but I've been hearing a lot of mixed things about it. Has Matt Damon. You saw it?
I was entertained.
Okay.
I love District 9. Like I think District 9 is amazing. And so the thing about Elysium is like I kept hearing it had a heavy-handed message. And I'm just kind of like, okay, whatever. It has a heavy-handed message, and but I was still entertained. It still had some awesome action in it, and I mean, by heavy-handed message, it was Earth, aka Mexico, is trying to get to Elysium, aka the United States, to use their magic healing pod, American healthcare, and it just was. It's and I heard the director completely denied that it was. Well, I don't know if he completely denied it, but he was like, I wasn't really going for a political message. It's like everyone on Earth, at least they're focusing on Los Angeles, is Mexican.
Yeah.
And it's all Mexican people with Matt Damon, their white savior, taking them to Elysium. But
we need a white savior.
A white savior.
Yeah.
And but it's like that was, the story was kind of messy, the character motivations were weird, but overall it's still a cool sci-fi with people blowing up and, mech kind of
mech warriors,
robot suits, and
it kind of reminds me of Quake 4.
Quake 4.
Yeah, when you become one of the strong, and it's the most terrifying part of gaming experience, I think, because you're awake and you can control where you're looking on the screen. You see your legs getting cut off and new cybernetic ones being attached. Your stomach getting ripped open. They insert like the cybernetic eyes to you.
What?
And then once they start to embed your programming chip, the factory comes under attack by the human resistance, and they free you. So you have all the strengths and powers of the Strug, but without the inhibitor chip that controls you, part of their collective, kind of like the Borg. So
you're like Sam Worthington.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
woke up,
Terminator
didn't know what
Salvation.
was going on.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, oh my
But
god.
just the armor and graphics that look exactly like Matt Damon's character. He has all the surgically added cybernetic enhancements on it. So
Yeah.
it's like,
my god. All right, so Matt. Okay, so since I think you're the only two that's seen it, if you had to rate it from like the hot 10 being the highest, well, the one obviously being the shittiest, what would you rate it?
It didn't really have that feel that District 9 had with the Steadicam vision.
Okay, yeah.
So that gives it a plus in my book at least. So I'd probably say 7.5.
Matinee, rental, Redbox,
Matinee.
torrent.
I think the scale of the movie, the big screen does it justice, but for matinee, but probably not an evening or date movie.
Oh damn! Guaranteed to get you laid, right? Am I
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Am I
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Okay, Kane.
The exact same rating.
Guaranteed.
Matinee-
The
actually,
rating
it
is
was-
guaranteed
it was-
to get you laid. It's
it
not
was-
even a number.
Yeah.
All right, so you feel about the same way? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
same exact thing. I feel it's a matinee, about 7.5, and I mean, I just I think Neil Blomkamp, like, I'm excited to see what he does next, and maybe he'll still do a Halo movie.
I thought
but,
I thought his last name was Blumkin.
when I think that every time,
And I was
yeah.
like, "What kind of name is that?"
That's awesome.
Yeah, he was attached to direct the Halo movie with Peter Jackson directing with the Weta doing the special effects and all that.
Yeah,
and,
they were actually into pre-production. They had the props and everything.
And I don't remember what happened. Something
I
happened.
think Microsoft pulled the plug or something.
That Bill
on it.
Gates
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Instead, they're bringing Halo to TV form through Xbox One. So Xbox One is going to have like exclusives now, meaning TV shows now, pretty much. So like,
Great.
Perfect Strangers, perfect,
HBO
bring
box.
back
Perfect Stranger.
Perfect Strangers. Come on,
That
cousin.
That show was awesome.
Now we do the dance of joy.
Yeah.
Come on. They brought back Arrested Development. Why the fuck not Perfect Strangers? Hey, look, Perfect Strangers launched Family Matters.
Yes.
Come on now.
They need to bring back Strangers with Candy or Kids in the
Whoa,
Hall.
that's true. Tales from the Crypt or whatever. Yeah, no, seriously, they bring that shit back. But I don't know. So, but what about Elysium? No, not Elysium. Wow, I just said that. That Mech Warrior movie. Why am I
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim?
Rim.
Did you guys see it? Did anybody
Yes.
see it? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that? I had fun. I saw it in 3D. Now I had a blast.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
And it saddens me that Grown Ups 2 was number one by like $1 bazillion more than what Pacific Rim.
Americans are idiots. Adam Sandler and everyone from Saturday Night Live that we used to
Exactly.
love
Yeah.
when we were growing up.
Yeah,
it's like,
I don't know, man. It's sad because it's been a while since I have actually had a lot of fun. Was it like story driven? Not really. Did I really care about the characters at the end? Not really. But it had fucking awesome fight scenes, mech fight scenes that I've always wanted to happen
Since Robot Jocks.
Exactly.
Oh my god, that movie.
Yes. And it sucks because you could tell that the Benicio del Toro. No, not Benicio.
Guillermo.
Del Toro.
Guillermo, his brother, his cousin,
Guillermo,
whatever the fuck. You could tell he was a fan, and he put all, he put everything he could do into this movie, and it sucks that it did well in China.
Yeah.
It made almost all its money back in China.
I was going to say, does it need to do well anywhere else?
Exactly.
If it does well in China?
Japan, all that shit.
China's like, what, a third of the planet?
Pretty much,
My only grief about it is the misrepresentation of the weight of the mechs. There's no way like 5 or 6 helicopters alone could lift
it.
that.
Yeah.
That's pretty heavy.
And carry
They
it
were
that
futuristic helicopters or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
far. And they were saying that the metal was poisonous. Whatever.
What?
It's a rare form of metal, but it's actually radioactive by nature.
Oh, whoa.
And that's why the black guy was dying.
Yeah.
No offense.
Why do you have to be racist?
Why is the black guy the only one that gets radiation poisoned?
It's always awkward when the black guy gets radiation poisoning. It's but you know, like I said, they're talking about sequels, but they kind of almost eliminated everything.
Yeah, they blew up the homeworld.
Whoa, okay. Oh, beep, beep. No, I was spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Yeah. So I mean, unless another something continent breaks open or whatever, bees, not the bees.
Babies.
You will call me master. Mama. Fucking love that movie, Secret of the Ooze, Secret of the Splooge, more like it. Oh, okay, you see what I did?
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, jeez, man, has it been almost an hour? Wow. It felt like 5 minutes, right, Joe?
Yeah.
It always feels like 5 minutes.
Aw, that's what she said.
At my point, I'd be happy if she just said that.
Oh, look, listen, ladies. Joe is a young single man of 38.
37.
37. Look. He's still very active. I'm sure he's, he watches his Madlock and Murder She Wrote, and he's in bed.
The Equalizer and Father Dowling Mysteries.
Hey, that one girl was hot. I mean, she was a nun, but
Angela Lansbury.
on the Father
Very
Dowling.
disease-free.
partner.
Yeah. His non-partner.
I'm sure at one point in time, and Angela Lansbury was hot, but not in Murder She Wrote hot. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think she was there. I was gonna say yet, but I think she has passed. Seriously, man. He watches Madlock, all that, and he's in bed by 8, right? So ladies, he's not gonna be out partying. He's not gonna be at the strip clubs and stuff like that.
He won't be messing around behind your back.
I don't know, man. So it's crazy. Well, seriously, we'll get you laid. Don't worry about it. On the show live. We have cameras. We have multiple cameras now, dude. We have a table. Isn't that all you need, right, Matt? Just a table, a camera, a soundboard.
That doesn't seem like the sturdiest of tables.
Yeah, we'll make it work, dude. We'll fix it in post. We'll add it digitally.
What was it? Billy Crystal once said, "It's like women want to have sex. Men just need a place."
Yep, exactly. That's how it is. Seriously. So don't worry, Joe. We'll take care of you, man.
We'll send your parents out for a nice seafood dinner. You have the whole house to yourself. Don't worry about it.
Do it. Yeah. So, Kane, we had you on. How many times is it now? You're like
is this 4?
Jeez, we've had you on too many times, dude. We're tired of it.
I know.
We had you the first time, I think, by yourself, and I think, right, and then we had you with the Gonkers doing the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And then wow,
the follow-up episode.
Twice with
you're like Alec Baldwin, who's hosted SNL way too many times.
I know.
You should. We give out jackets, right? Is that the deal? Like a golden jacket or something? Golden shower jacket?
Yeah, golden.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, too far, Joe.
You all chipped in for this.
All right. So, I mean, summing up the show. Sum it up, man. What, you had a good time. You've had,
Always have a good time.
Yeah. Oh,
except for when we bash on me.
Joe.
Can we have one where we pick on Matt or you?
All right. Well, Matt, he does have he has a rash problem, right? Is that correct, Matt?
I do.
What?
He does. He does.
I chafe.
Chafe.
I have stock in Gold Bond.
I was playing Skyrim earlier, guys. I know this is speaking of sex. I was playing Skyrim earlier. For some reason, I bumped into it and it fell over, and I'm like, oh my god! You have that realization, because what happens when you bump a 360 while it has a game in it and it falls over?
It eats the disc.
It literally I'm like, no, there was a quest I had to finish, kind of thing, and I took it out. Sure enough, there was a fucking ring around
circular
it.
scratch.
There was a circular scratch. I didn't think about what could I do? I went to YouTube. The toothpaste. The YouTube said try toothpaste because it will guaranteed to work. It didn't work. I tried.
You gotta rub it on the disc, not your teeth.
Yeah, I was doing it wrong.
I brushed my teeth for like an hour and the disc still wouldn't play.
Next, I tried Vaseline because that was on one of the videos. Guaranteed to work. All these videos said guaranteed to work. And what cracks me up, in half the videos, they were like 10-year-olds. Like, this is what you do. Kind of thing. So finally, I called GameStop. I'm like, hey, do you sell something like well, you could just try the FYE. That's literally over my wall right here, and they buff the thing out for you. I'm like, what? They still do stuff like that? Like, first of all, there's still an FYE. First of all, FYE was pretty much warehouse. It was a warehouse.
The warehouse,
fucking warehouses, where you go trade in all your CDs and get like $250 for like their 80 CDs that you trade in. They went in, they buffed that out, and it works like charm, man. I was able to finish my epic quest.
Oh, you didn't try to get another free one out?
I know. I go to one of the stores and pretend to trip or something. Got to milk it, right? I got to milk all this. Kane doesn't know this, but I recently had an incident in one. I'm not going to mention the store because I promised. I signed a contract. No, I didn't. A store that sold video games is all I'm going to say. There was an incident that somebody who was working there almost pretty much tried to assault me, kind of thing. It escalated. It was caught on video.
Yeah.
And pretty much. So I was given 2 free games. I was given Skyrim Legendary Edition, which is up there, and Grand Theft Auto 5 was paid off for me. So I'm good. I'm good for a while. So I know, man, and it's crazy. I'm gonna go to the news. What fucking news are you gonna see that's gonna hear my story? I'm gonna have how those interviews. I'm gonna have him at black light. I'm in the shadows and have him disguise my voice. And then they blah blah. What the fuck, dude?
Victim Frank Cardona, who asked not to be identified.
He lives in Mesa. Shit. I do want to plug. What was it called? That movie we were watching of his Probe
Signals.
Probe Signals.
Yes.
What happened, Kane? Why didn't it get the recognition it deserved? Because this is actually pretty good. What happened, man? Who failed? Who failed? And we'll fire him.
I think what it is, and I've talked to Joel about this at length. How people they want to watch funny stuff online. That's it. And they want to watch funny stuff that's shorter than 5 minutes. And since Probed was kind of a dramatic, had comedic moments and everything, it was a little lighthearted. I think it just people don't want to watch dramatic sci-fi on a web series.
Well, that's what I liked, was that the episodes were really short, and it's like, it was like a series where at the end it would say, next time on Probes, and you'd get a clip from that. And the episodes weren't that long. I mean, the pilot was, I think, like 20 minutes, right?
Yeah.
But after that, they were short little episodes. So I'm like, I can blow through this real quick and get the story and everything going.
Yeah.
And like I said, I really enjoyed it, especially closer towards the end. And I really enjoyed the scenes you were in.
Oh, thank you.
I'll get that little plug in there, huh?
Well,
you like what I kind of became the Terminator towards
Yes, and that's what I thought was really cool. It's like you start out as like this normal person, and then you're like possessed.
What?
Yeah. And he had
I have kind of a robot arm.
Yeah, and he had the perfect facial expression. I mean, he could be a Terminator. Because I mean, there's this one part where the guy like turns the corner and Kane's just standing there looking at him.
Oh my god!
And he just like turns and there's Kane, and I was like, oh shit.
So nobody has the attention span, pretty much. Is that what's going on?
I think so. I think that's kind of it, because I mean, and I'll admit that I do this too. Sometimes you look at a video on the web and you're like, 7 minutes, so long.
Half of that is commercials.
That's like most of my break.
Yeah. but yeah, I mean, it's it was a great show, and I'm proud of being in it. But I think kind of the curse that Joel and Web Pickers Gill, who helped shoot it and edit and everything, they kind of, they did the Star Wars fan films too, the Spirits of the Force.
Yeah.
And they kind of are doing everything a little bit before it kind of catches on. So it's kind of like a little too early. So, what they're doing is great, but I think, it's just a tad bit too early.
Okay.
So,
well, just to let you know, we have fans out there still. It's going to catch on, man, 40 years down the line. They're going to find this relic. What? They're going to accidentally type in, on the search engine, what the fuck? Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. So, Kane, I know we're wrapping up here. This, oh, my goodness, this epic show.
Oh, geez.
Do you have anything coming up? What do you? I mean, voice acting. Movies.
I think we kind of talked about last time I was here, but I have my kind of short sketch project called The Bidding Well.
Yes.
And you can find that on YouTube. You can find it on Facebook. YouTube.com/The Bidding Well.
MySpace.
And MySpace. I just went on MySpace today, actually.
The new MySpace? It's so weird, man.
And it notified me. A bunch of my friends were like, blah, 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 joined the new MySpace.
Cool.
But yeah, there's The Bidding Well, and I've got some new videos for that coming up. And actually, I've been focusing on, like you said, voice work. I've been focusing on voice work lately. And because I'll try to be a little vague about this without giving too many details, but I have a friend who's involved in the game industry and he wants to kind of help me out. So
World of Warcraft.
He
voices the new Murlocs in the new expansion.
That's right. Yeah.
There's an island full of Murlocs. He's one of the Murlocs in there.
Work.
He's Zug. Oh my God, Kane, I recognize your voice.
But yeah, I mean, I've done voiceover stuff before. I've done commercials. I've done some instructional stuff, like educational stuff. But I've always wanted to get into the character thing. So I just made a character demo.
Is that what you sent me? You sent me something. Okay,
that is.
All right.
You can play that if you
Are
want.
these your own characters, or are your take on existing characters?
It's original stuff. It just shows a range of what I could do. So
yeah, you know what? I'm going to throw it in there. There's going to be an intermission because this episode's so long.
All right.
There's going to be an intermission. It's going to be like Kung Pao intermission. Remember? Don't forget the cat. Don't forget the candy. We're going to play that.
There needs to be another Steve Odekirk.
I have some yellow butter for your popcorn or some shit like that.
Thumb Wars.
Dude, Thumbtanic, Thumb Wars, and what else did he did a few. Thumbzilla. Yeah, that was just classics, man. But yeah, so sounds like you have some good things coming up, man.
Yeah,
I can't wait till the World of Warcraft or whatever you're doing. You're voicing or whatever. But so how do you practice at home, or how's it work? Do you just sit in front of a mic at home or something, or how's the the VO? I've always wanted to try something like that, man.
Yeah. I think it definitely does take practice. A lot of it is just reading out loud and reading what's in front of you out loud.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't realize how difficult it is until you actually do it, and especially when you have the earphones on and you hear every little thing that your voice does. But I mean, it's like that's commercial stuff. Educational stuff is one thing, but I think the character stuff is just a ton of fun.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like since I was a little kid, it's like I always did voices and impressions and stuff. So it's it's playing around. So it's fun.
Matt, what can you take out of all this? Since you've pretty much been involved since the beginning of all this, and I think you took a break or whatever to find yourself. You did a Chappelle or whatever. You went to Africa.
Yeah,
you went to Africa and played World of Warcraft for a while.
It's about
Matt, putting a spotlight on you?
I was like a reverse missionary. I was taking World of Warcraft to third world countries.
You were introducing it to the villages.
Yeah.
Reverse missionary.
Yeah.
Whoa, you were introducing that to Africa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
They needed more intimacy out there.
They did. They're not overpopulated or anything. So Matt, what are you gonna take of all this, man? It's like I feel like it's from there and back or whatever. I feel like
there and back again.
There and back again or whatever. I feel like I'm about to throw the ring or something and then somebody's gonna attack me and bite my finger off or something. The Power Ranger song. All right, Matt. What do you think, man?
It's been awesome. We've grown and like spread so rapidly. Actually,
it's great. It's fun.
It's not too fast where we're like struggling to keep up with our content, but just the constant build up every week. It seems like we're getting a little stronger, a little better, and we're doing it legitimately without having to offer.
We're not having to do
bribes or
listen, like I said, I know we're not part of we're not a mega ginormous network, okay, and not yet, anyways, right? Yeah. So we're alone pretty much. We started alone, kind of thing, and we built up, and I brought you guys along, and and I, Joe's grown, man. He was like this kind of shy guy, like just like that too. Yeah. He didn't even speak. I had to teach him how to speak.
Yeah. You've done well.
He just
He's a
communicated.
Bigfoot. He's a Bigfoot. You shaved him and you taught him to speak.
Yeah, I shaved him. I pretty much left that on his face. He was just full of hair, dude. Found him in the wild somewhere.
He communicated by pointing at Murder, She Wrote episodes. Father Dowling Mysteries.
Instead of marshmallows, we gave it beer.
It was it was awesome going to Comic-Con as an entity. Is that a good way to word it? And just kind of put our name out there. It's fun, man. So hopefully next year we're gonna grow. And I want to say thanks to Kane to coming. It's such a we're not a ginormous show or anything, but thanks for taking time. To out of your busy schedule with to help kind of come on, help us out and stuff like that.
It's always an awesome time.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm sure we'll have you on again for our 21st episode anniversary, guys. Woo! Woo! Get me on there. I know I've been filming everybody. Matt should be handling. He is the cinematographer, right? Or of the group, right?
I have a semester of film class.
Of community college.
He's ahead of me.
What? Hey, man, we should all go back to college, man. Kane, are you a college graduate?
No.
Get out of here! That was one of the requirements.
No.
Neither was Robert Pattinson, but look where he's
that
at.
bastard.
All right. So where did you try to go? I'm going to go around the table now. Where did you try to go to attempt to? I didn't. No, I don't think anybody who graduates college. This just sounds stupid. Yeah.
I went to Scottsdale Community College.
Oh, no wonder.
And I studied the film and acting stuff.
Big surprise.
You just studied a film, one film. No
studied
wonder.
a
That's where you
film.
went wrong.
That's right. Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Yes. So it's just kind of like, meh, not for me, or what? I mean,
I think it just I got to that point where I was like, you know what? I'm pursuing a career in the entertainment industry, and they don't care what your degree is.
Yeah.
I mean, a degree in creativity is like.
I have look, Quentin Tarantino didn't even graduate high school. I don't even think he has a GED or whatever, and he worked at a video store. Yeah. And pretty much look at him now. He has a weird looking face, and he probably gets a lot of vagina. The actual agent from Austin Powers, a lot of vagina.
Yep.
Matt, what about you, man? Did you? I know you went to DeVry.
No.
You went to Charter. If you don't get help here, get help somewhere. Remember that commercial? Remember those commercials? Sorry.
DeVry probably would have been the cheaper choice and probably.
Where did you
better.
go?
I ended up going to Collins. Design Institute for.
I went to Collins College for a week. And then I left.
I wish I was smart enough to do that, but
Yeah, me too.
But they give you such easy classes at first.
They do.
And then they just dump all this shit on you, and it's just, horrible.
Literally.
First 2 semesters I had a lot of fun. It was really educational and did a lot of growth. But then I had this cultural diversity class that just completely destroyed my faith in humanity. And the teacher, I never contemplated murder so often.
Dang. Wow. What's the teacher's name? No,
I don't even remember.
I went there a week, and then the second week I went there, I literally hung out at the library and checked out movies and watched movies at the library.
I never checked out anything there. It was all garbage.
Joe, what about you, man? Where'd you go?
Same as Matt. I went to Collins College.
What?
Yeah, I got my AS in computers.
Your AS, huh? So I love how you AS at computers, but this guy doesn't know anything. Obviously, they did a shitty job.
He got it's a degree in Windows NT, but
Windows Me? Shit, no wonder.
Yeah, we studied NT, we studied CE, and shit, dude. I mean, we studied we studied a little bit Office.
Office 95.
We studied 95. We studied
some Excel.
Oh yeah, we did Excel, Access.
I'm pretty sure there's a cheaper way of going about that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. I remember we were talking about. I posted a picture on Instagram in Encarta. I think you Encarta. I found. Remember Encarta came with. I remember that it was loaded with
encyclopedia.
So much stuff.
It was like
video.
Full motion video.
It was. I'm like, oh my god.
All this information on 1 or 3 discs or however many.
Before Wikipedia was cool, Encarta was the way to go because it had everything on and that thing. Do you remember Encarta?
Yeah.
Okay.
So is Encarta still a credible citation in any research papers?
Unfortunately, yeah, it is. But unfortunately, it was discontinued like 5 years ago. Oh man, they discontinued the physical disc.
I remember like 6th grade. Most of my Scotland report came from Encarta.
So you're saying Encarta was your college?
It was, man.
Wow.
Whenever they asked for my like degree or whatever, I just bust out the copy of Encarta 95 or whatever.
Whoa,
here you go.
Badass here.
So we got a badass here. Hire him. Give him an expense account. Hurry.
So I have to bring something up about Collins College.
Uh-oh.
It might blow your minds depending on your TV watching experience. Do you remember the crop of commercials when it was they were really bad Collins College commercials? Like,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
well, they all were really bad, but
they had
you know, like
the
they had
cute
the
girl, but it was that was about it.
And or there were the two guys in front of the TV.
Yes,
that was like, I can't
yeah.
believe I do this for a living. So right before that crop of commercials, I was in one. I was in a Collins College commercial.
Wow. Can I find this on YouTube?
I don't think so because I tried to look for it. But it was I think I had the last one that was just kind of bad before they got really bad. And it was me and this one other dude, and we were game designers. And he said, "I'm a game designer." And then I would say, "And I'm a game programmer." And we design games all along, and we're like in front of like a green screen while there's like an animated character. Yeah, and then we're just talking about how awesome it is to be a game designer. And yeah, that was Collins College for me. That was like 2002.
Did you get paid in credits, or I mean, well, no, you didn't go there, but what did they pay? Okay,
they paid. It paid.
Yeah, it paid my bus ride there and back.
Yeah,
like transfer fees and shit like that.
I think my biggest beef was like the entire faculty was like former students.
See, here's
Exactly.
the thing with Collins College, and I know a lot of people talk about. I don't know if you guys know this, but they're blacklisted, unfortunately, meaning that they don't even bother looking at people who have graduated from Collins College. And then what happens? You end up working as a teacher or just janitor or whatever. Whatever.
I swear, I had the dumbest student aid or student loan advisor. She I'm pretty much sure I'm in as much debt as I am because of her. She was like, "Okay, this is what you do. Here's your computer. Fill it out. And when you're done, come get me." I'm like, "What if I have questions?" "Oh, just click it, and it doesn't really matter." I'm like, "What? Okay." I was like, I didn't qualify. Did I do something wrong? No, you just don't qualify. I was like, do I resubmit something else? No, you're okay. I was like,
I remember in the early 2000s. It's so weird. Isn't that weird to say early 2000s?
God.
Yeah. Oh, back in remember the early 2000s? How crazy it was, guys. Oh my god. Yeah. I wish I had a flashlight or whatever.
Was that Silverchair?
Yeah, right. It was Full Sail College would send me a bunch of stuff. Come to Florida, have a good time, kind of thing.
It was Bruce Willis.
Yeah, that's what I was Die Hard. And then then terrorists take over the fucking college or whatever.
Yeah.
No, but
Toy Soldiers.
Yeah, Toy Soldiers. Will Wheaton and some other guy. I forgot his name.
Is it Sean Astin?
There you go.
Anyways,
Full Sail. Have you guys heard of Full Sail College by any chance?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, they used to send me all the time, and don't have to pay anything. We'll pay for all your stuff. And I wish I would have gone because you know what? The director of like Saw 2 to like Saw 5 went there. He was like the first ever famous one to come out of that college or whatever.
Note to self: burn down Full Sail College.
I don't know. It's just it's weird.
Don't need any more Saw movies coming out.
Yeah. It's pretty. We had Saw. Now it's that ghost whatever paranormal activity whatever
paranormal,
now.
Paranorman.
Now we got it was Saw. Now we got Paranorman every year. Look, I enjoyed the first Saw, but then it kind of just like it's just what do you call that? It's not porn, obviously. It's
torture porn.
Torture porn. There you go. I don't know. It's crazy, but we've grown, guys. We're I think it's gonna get better, guys. I feel like one of those it gets better, guys.
The motivational speaker.
Don't give up. It gets better. Do not.
Are we like a don't kill yourself?
Yeah, exactly.
PSA?
Yeah, exactly. Do not kill yourself. Please do not jump off. Don't try to murder yourself or whatever.
Hang in there.
All right, Kane, how about you, man? I know you've been here a few times. What do you think, man? What do you think? Do you enjoy us? You better say yes or we're deleting you out. I'm replacing you with John Candy.
Oh my god.
John Candy's
I
ghost.
I want to say no, just so you bring John Candy back.
Hologram.
Camp Candy.
Look, they replaced what's his name with Hayden Christensen. I'm pretty sure.
Sebastian Shaw.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go with Tupac. With
there you go, hologram.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hologram that shit, dude.
No, it's definitely no. You're right. At the beginning, it was just kind of what movie did you see? What movie did you see?
Exactly.
But no, you guys definitely got a flow going now, and it's awesome.
We're on our periods.
I mean, but yeah, I mean, it was fun being on the show before, but it's you definitely got a pace now, and it's awesome.
Yeah,
so,
I think
congratulations.
I actually paid before he got here. I paid him to say he did. We went through the script outside. Okay, and beat, and then pause here, make sure, and then hand him the water cash. It was wet for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
I prefer wet cash.
That's your payments. You said PayPal, credit cards, and
wet cash
only.
Mysteriously wet cash.
Dry cash. Who the hell takes dry cash? That's just weird. So I mean, Matt, what can you see happening in the future, man? What do you hope happening in the future? We get a female in here?
Females.
Just all over the place, dude. Drowning.
Digital effects.
Synthesizers.
Synthesizers.
What the fuck?
Soundproof rooms.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Groupies.
Look, we already have a futon in here.
Oh,
what else do we need?
The girl to go with it.
Whoa, Joe, whoa. It was a PG show. All of a sudden, I got up it to an R.
You're more R than I am.
What? Me? When? Name one time. Listen. I was trying. Look. I was like, I'm gonna do a best of. I'm gonna do, and I was like, this is too fucking long. Never mind. I gave that up. To bring. I was doing some sound bites or whatever, but I was like, this is too fucking long.
Should we sign off with a truffle shuffle?
Yeah. All right, guys. So thanks for sticking with us. The 4 to 5 midgets, and all you guys out there. Thanks for sticking with us for this. There's midgets out there. They listen to our show.
They're little people.
Sorry, little people, big world, or whatever.
Yeah.
The correct term is homunculus.
What?
Homunculus.
Is that a real
Racist.
thing? Yeah, why do you be racist, Joe? You know what? Every show,
look it up in the dictionary. It means a miniature person.
Sounds like some kind of demon.
It does. We're being attacked by her Matthew or whatever. Hermie. No, listen. Every show, I always mean to have it like a PG, like kids can listen to it. And then this guy comes in, he's like porno, and then homunculus or whatever. You start throwing out weird shit.
Homunculus is actually the correct term. You're the one that shoots the F words out.
I do shoot him out.
Yeah, so that takes it to an R right away.
It doesn't come out of my mouth either. Whoa,
yeah.
Whoa, that's.
He would never fucking say fuck.
I was, again, I was gonna go back, because Joel said, or you guys said that bleeping it out actually makes it a lot, funnier. But it takes so much time. I get too lazy, dude. I'm like, okay, I tried it the last episode, and it was mostly me. I got boom. Yeah, it was
literally.
And
so
I was like,
loud.
fuck. I thought it was gonna be maybe 4 or 5 times. It wasn't, and I'm like, I gotta bleep out a lot of these, and I'm like, whatever. I think we're okay. But all right, guys, I think we're going to sign out. I think we've overstayed our welcome on this one. Episode 20, we're going to title this "Anything Goes." Like we apologize, ladies, because I know we said that we're going to do it with our shirts off, but Joe was a little uncomfortable with that, so we didn't.
I wore a special shirt, my Nightwing shirt. So
you've been getting a lot of compliments about that, man.
I know.
That got you like a lot of numbers, right? Got from guys. All right, guys. Kane, one more time, where can we find you?
You can find me on
Right
Facebook.
here.
Right here.
What do you mean, where can we find you?
Yeah. You can find me on Twitter at Kane Black, Kane Black. At The Bidding Well. That's my project. The Bidding Well is also on Facebook. What Happened to the Gonkers? Look that up on Facebook.
Check that out. That's one of my favorite web comics. That's one of my favorite web comics, buddy.
10 out of 10.
I love that. Yeah, 10 out of 10 web comics. No, one of my favorite web series probably in a while. And there's good ones out there, but this one's unexpectedly, man. You start off thinking like, okay, this is probably a straightforward one, and it fucking goes some weird, it goes some weird areas that I'm like, what?
The panelist sleeping
Joel
bag was
Joel
so
wrote this.
Yeah.
So
We'll we have 6 episodes right now.
Yeah.
We'll probably be releasing like one giant edit. So
that's awesome.
And
Rated R, right? Rated R.
Rated R. Rated R. But yeah, Joel Cranston wrote, directed that.
Yeah,
Friend of
for sure.
mine, very talented guy. Also did Probed Signals, which you were writing. Check out Probed Signals.
Yep,
I
yep.
am in that too, and Joel wrote and directed that. And yeah,
Very talented guy. Very talented
very
guy.
talented
When,
guy.
when are you gonna write? When are you gonna write and direct something?
Well, bidding
me?
well. Bidding well. That's what
Bidding
bidding
well.
well is.
That's
it.
all.
Okay.
That's all it is.
It's all. It's all. Yeah.
Okay.
It's all from my twisted mind.
Asperger's.
But yeah, working on that and working on a feature script. So
Oh. Make sure you add an Ecuadorian, a half Ecuadorian.
I will.
I can fill that spot, and then
a homunculus.
I don't know what are what can we do?
Homunculus.
Homunculus.
Make sure that,
some homunculi.
make sure
and-
to add those demons or whatever those are. All right, man. Where can we find you, man? I know you are.
At,
You're everywhere.
Find me at Tostatosaurus on the Twitters and Facebook, and find me through the Unleash the Robots page and OkCupid lasagna _85.
I have a lot to offer, ladies. I have a lot to offer. Joe, well,
Yeah.
what's your OkCupid screen name?
No, I never did the OK
Jedi.
Cupid
That's-
thing,
that's
but
too long. That's
the
too long.
Twitter.
All right, where can we find you?
Twitter at Jedi Knight 52,
Okay.
and then also like Matt, I'm with Unleash the Robots on Facebook. You can find me there.
Hell yeah! All right, ladies, you listening to that, right? Jedi Knight 52. He's currently listed as Jedi on his relationship status, and hopefully, one of you lucky ladies out there will be able to change that status, right? Am I right, guys? Is that what the ultimate goal is?
He wants to pad your wand. Come on.
All right, let's get out of here, guys, before it even gets weirder. All right, wait for the camera.
Happy 20th.
Yeah, we could drink. We could drink.
We could drink.
Oh, we can't drink.
I can
yet.
drink now.
God damn it!